What's up guys, OwlFanatic here, and in today's video I am going to be doing a walkthrough on some cool battery tweaks and battery programs and battery widgets that I run on my phone to maximize my battery life. Now this is of course my Samsung Fascinate running Ice Cream Sandwich, and just to show people that don't believe me, this is in fact running Ice Cream Sandwich. Here you go. Oops, hit my head on the camera there. 4.1.1. This is Noda's build of Jelly Bean. I've been saying Ice Cream Sandwich. This is 4.1.1 Jelly Bean, running Noda's version of the build, Alpha 2, or Build 2 in this case. And so we're going to go ahead and get out of here, just to show you know this is in fact Jelly Bean. We have Google search, Google Now. So what time is it in Paris, France?
The time in Paris, France is 1:29 a.m.
Alright, just to show you that we are in fact running on Jelly Bean. So now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the video, where I discuss some of the battery widgets and battery programs that I'm running in order to save my battery life. So if we go back into settings, I can show you that I have not charged my phone in about a day, and I am running at about probably about 40% battery life, but we'll go into my battery stats, and you can see 43% battery life, running at 1 day and 4 hours, with the screen on time of about 1 hour 16 minutes, with about, I want to say probably 2 hours of music and standby and words with friends. So I've used the phone for about 4 to 5 hours. I'm at 43% battery life. And it hasn't been plugged into a charger in about a day and 5 hours. So that's pretty good for Android. That's pretty good for any phone, I'd have to say. So I'm going to go ahead and then we're going to review the first application. I have them all conveniently placed on the second page. So the first one I use is called Battery Calibration. And I use this whether I'm running Ice Cream Sandwich, Gingerbread, or Jelly Bean, or really any ROM, because it's always good to calibrate your battery. And what this does is it opens up it's a free application. You can get right from the Android store. It does require root. If you need to know how to root your device, you can check out the videos that I've posted before. And those videos will give you a better explanation on how to root your device. But let's open up Battery Calibration. And basically what this device application does is it allows super user there. It will remove your it removes the what is it called? It's right here. It removes the battery stats up in, and that can be done also by booting into recovery. But this is a free application, so I figured why not use it. And basically what you do is once you're charged up to 100%, you hit calibrate battery, and it will remove the battery stats, and it will basically say this is a brand new battery, check it out. I mean, obviously if it's an older battery, it won't hold the same charge, but it should charge up to 100% each time now. Then you're just going to want to let it drain back to the 0 and then charge it up, and you should be good to go. Now I do recommend this for every time you flash a new ROM, whether you're running on Gingerbread, Ice Cream Sandwich, Froyo, Jelly Bean, Eclair, any flavor of Android, I recommend running it. And I do also recommend you charge it up to 100%. Don't skimp out at 95 or 96, because oftentimes if you do that, your device will then realize that 95 or 96 is the maximum charge it can hold and won't charge above that said number. So let's go ahead and turn the device back on. And so the next tweak I use is something called Juice Defender. We'll go into Juice Defender first. Give it a second to load. And Juice Defender is also a free application. This one does not require root. And basically what it does is similar to the next one I'll go over. It sets up profiles, so it knows what to use. So as you can read at the bottom, it says the default profile. This will offer out of the box very noticeable improvement on battery life, which has a little impact as possible in normal operation. So this might tone down your processor, or disable things when it's not needed, kill screen percentage, and it will also monitor it. So as your battery starts to decline in not health, but like when it starts to go down from 70 to 80 or 80 to 70 to 60, it will start to kill things that you can set up to do it. That way you can get a maximum amount of time out of your battery. Now you do need to enable this, and if you have a task killer like I do, you have to make sure that you have this unchecked in the task killer, because if the TaskKiller kills the applications and you have this checked, it will then go ahead and stop Juice Defender from running, and you'll have to re-enable it. But this is a very good tweak. Very good application. I've used it for about 2 days, 2 weeks, and I've noticed tremendous battery improvement on Ice Cream Sandwich and Jelly Bean. And then the final one I want to go over is Battery Saver. Now, Battery Saver is also a program that requires root, and it is a bit more aggressive than Juice Defender because it can go up and ahead, and it can really change and add charging to your device. So as you can see over here, it says 42% plus 13%. So currently with level 2, Saver level 2, I'm on 42%, and by me being on Saver level 2, it is going to add an estimated 13% to my charge. And you can go up here into the plus and minus, and you can hit minus, and as you can see, it will hit plus 9 now instead of plus 13. And basically what this does is it does what Juice Defender does, except it has root access, so it will have the ability to, as you're running out of battery, lower your clock speed on your processor, lower the amount of RAM you're using, dim the screen, really do things that Juice Defender can't do, mainly because it doesn't require root. Now, as you lose more and more battery life, you can enable more and more levels. So you can go all the way up to level 4, and basically at level 4, you are going to add plus 20, but at the same time, this is going to kill a lot of the features that you're using. It's going to dramatically slow down the processing speed. If you're doing heavy intensive things, if you're not using the processor for heavy things, like you're browsing the internet, sending text messages, you probably won't notice it as much. However, as soon as you go into a game, or you start browsing Twitter, or something that requires some processing power, you might notice some lag, and in games you might notice some tremendous lag. So usually I have it set to level 2, which is approximately plus 13-14%, and I've had very good success with this. This has also added a lot of charging capability to my device. And at the bottom you can see Smart Profile and Root Tool. These are 2 programs that you have to buy. I forgot to mention that this is a paid program. You can get it in the App Store for, I believe, $3.99. It might be $4.99. It could be cheaper, but I think it's at least $3. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking this out. There's not many things you can customize. Go to battery usage, and this is just going to bring you into your standard application. So as you can see, screen brightness is stayed on. And then I just want to go over some tips on how to save battery life. I did a video probably 6 or 7 months ago on how to save battery life on Android. This is going to be pretty, Gingerbread, this is going to be pretty standard, but I'm just going over some tips. Probably the biggest thing is if you're rooted, make sure that you don't have your clock speed of your processor running at its full, or if it's overclocked, running even faster. If you have it set for performance, or you have it set to overclock to 1.4, 1.5, or 10 gigahertz, depending on what device you have, because there's devices out there now that are crazy fast, you're going to see a significant drain on your device, just because the processor is going to be taking in more power as it pushes more gigahertz, or more processing speed. So if we slide up here, we can go into our Advanced TaskKiller, and we can go ahead and kill apps. And I've also noticed it just adds some battery life when you kill the available apps, or you kill apps, because by killing the applications, it is not relying on the back source of the RAM, and it's not drawing as much power. You also don't have programs running in the background. Now, in Ice Cream Sandwich and Jelly Bean, killing programs in the back has become increasingly easy. All you have to do is slide over, hold the home button and slide over. And basically this is going to kill all programs running in the background. And then the last couple things that I can go over is when you have the ability to be on Wi-Fi, be on Wi-Fi. 3G kills your battery. If you have the ability to be on Wi-Fi, like I said, be on Wi-Fi. However, contrary to that is, if you don't have Wi-Fi, don't be on Wi-Fi. Be on 3G. The Wi-Fi, that when it searches, also kills the battery. So if you're only on 3G, or you don't have access to Wi-Fi, don't have your phone searching for the Wi-Fi access. This phone isn't 4G, so I'm not going to really talk about 4G. But screen brightness is another major player. If you have it set to automatic 100%, then your battery is obviously going to drain quicker than, say, someone that has it set to 50% and automatic brightness. Also, camera kills the battery, whether if you didn't realize it or not. If you're taking loads of pictures, that will make the battery go down quicker. GPS, if you don't need it, turn off location services because that will also save your battery. As for mail, if it's going to be pushing, so taking the information from the server and pushing it onto your device every 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're also going to see a huge decrease in battery. I recommend having it set to push every hour, or in my case, I set to do it manually. So when you open up the application, it will fetch the data instead of having it pushed to the device. And then really lastly, it's going to be music. If you're listening to music, make sure you shut the screen off. And equalizers. Equalizers won't hurt the battery dramatically, but you will notice a decrease in battery life with equalizers on because it has to do its thing in order to get the equalizers to work. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or if I wasn't clear about something, let me know and I'll try my best to clarify that. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in knowing how to install ice cream sandwich or a jelly bean on your Fascinate, check out my 2 videos. If you're interested in getting the applications, put the links, or I'll put the names of them in the description. If you have any other questions, like I said, leave a comment below. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.